Good morning. This is State of the School, SoS, number 7 for the year 2025, last year. And this is the 7th video in this series. I'm going to try to speed this up because I really don't want this to take a long time. I'm just going to give you enough that if you're further interested, I'll just show you that on my channel, if you just search right there in the middle, there's that spyglass thing on my channel, not the internet at large, a certain word. Like in this case, it's slab cracking. And what I want to talk about is last year, at a certain point, as I was working on the older barn there, where I have the what do I call them? I can't think of soirees. Yeah, soiree, SOIREE. If you wanted to search that, you'd see lots of videos of me with my animals in that barn, kind of hiding from the worst of the winter. Well, anyway, I haven't had soirees so far this year because they haven't been necessary and I've been too busy. But last year, at a certain point, I made the decision that there was a slab about that thick that was poured in the corner of that barn by my grandfather. And I had planned on trying to use it because it would be water, water would run off and stuff. And it was a hard decision, but I finally decided I've got to take it out. That slab, it was about this much too high. And for the comfort of the animals, if I could have got it down lower, if it were lower, they would have had the stone wall to be able to sleep up against. But it was up just almost to the top of the stone wall. It was bad work. And there was a lot of work to put it in. But I decided, no, it's going to be a lot of work, but I got to take it out. And so with sledgehammers, I beat on it, I cracked it. I even constructed a tilt hammer. And that's another thing, if you're interested, you could certainly find that. I put together a tilt hammer with a hammer head that probably weighs 80 pounds inside with a handle that was, let's think about that big, and it tilted. And I used that because I had so much trouble breaking that slab, cracking it. Now my neighbor had said, if you rent a jackhammer, you can knock it all to shreds. But that would have just made a mess, and I wanted to move it. I wanted to break it into pieces that I could move, and you could go and look at that. Well, this lines up with the arrival of Gabriel the homeless, because one of the early jobs that I had him do when he would come and work for me for those few hours was to help me to crack the last of that slab and get those pieces out. And I gotta say, he loved showing off how strong he was. And he wasn't much bigger than me. I mean, as a young man, I was about his size. Now he's bigger. But he would pick these huge slabs up, pick them up, and carry them out of the barn. I was using rollers. I was doing all kinds of things to get them out because they were just too big, and it was so much work I didn't want them in little pieces. But anyway, if you are interested in the slab cracking, you could certainly search that. I didn't make a playlist of it, but you could easily enough find it if you were interested. And I got the whole slab out with Gabriel's help. And I'm still using it. I'm using those pieces. I'll use every single one of them. So it was worthwhile, but it was a lot of work, and it, added work. But I had to have, I didn't want to build over something bad. I needed to get down to a level. So I'm not sad that I did that, but boy, that was a lot of work. We finally found that the best way to crack it was to just little blows, but I got every hammer I knew that I had on the property. But a hammer that's probably about a 15-pound hammer, maybe 10. I don't know. To just go along and just keep cracking, just keep pounding in a line until finally it would crack of its own. I had tried all kinds of stuff. So anyway, slab cracking was one of the things accomplished last year. Bye for now.